Captain Lily Morgan never expected to find a stowaway on her cargo ship, especially not one with purple skin and a tail. The discovery happened during a routine check of the lower storage bay. Lily heard a strange sound like purring coming from behind, a stack of supply crates. When she moved them aside, she found herself staring at a curled-up figure with lavender skin, long pointed ears, and a tail wrapped around its body. Lily reached for her stun gun, but stopped when the alien opened its eyes. They were large, almond-shaped, and shimmered like opals. "Who are you, and how did you get on my ship?" Lily asked, keeping her voice firm. The alien sat up, revealing a slender humanoid form dressed in tattered clothes that looked like they were made from some kind of plant fiber. She was female based on her features, but definitely not human. Her movements were graceful, almost feline. The alien spoke in a series of musical clicks and trills that Lily could not understand. "Great," Lily muttered. "No translator." She pointed to herself. "Lily." Then she pointed at the alien with a questioning look. The alien made a sound that was impossible for human vocal cords to reproduce. It sounded like wind chimes in a storm. "Yeah, I can't say that," Lily thought for a moment. "Mind if I call you Violet since your skin is that color?" The alien tilted her head, then smiled, revealing teeth that were slightly sharper than human ones. She nodded. "Violet," she repeated in a thick accent. Lily helped Violet. "Stand up." The alien was tall, almost 7 feet, with long limbs and a slender build. Her tail was about 3 feet long and seemed to move with a mind of its own, currently curled in what Lily hoped was curiosity rather than aggression. "How did you get on my ship?" Lily tried again, using gestures to indicate the question. Violet pointed to the cargo bay doors, then made a hiding motion. She mimicked being inside something. "You hid in one of the shipping containers," Lily guessed. Violet nodded, then made a series of gestures that seemed to indicate she had been running from someone. Lily sighed. This complicated things. The Starlight was a small cargo vessel with a crew of just 4 humans, including herself. They were 3 days out from outpost, 7 heading to the colony on Novus 3 with supplies. "The next scheduled stop wasn't for another 2 weeks. I should put you in the brig," Lily said, mostly to herself. Violet tilted her head again, not understanding the words but seemingly sensing the tone. She suddenly looked afraid. Her tail drooped and she backed away slightly. Something about that reaction tugged at Lily's heart. This wasn't just an alien stowaway. This was someone scared, someone running. "All right," Lily said, making a calming gesture. "You're not going to the brig, but I need to figure out what to do with you." She motioned for Violet to follow her. The alien moved silently behind her, her bare feet making no sound on the metal floor. Lily led her to the small medical bay. The ship's Dr. Amy Kelly was organizing supplies when they entered. Holy stars. Amy gasped when she saw Violet. "Where did you find her?" "Cargo bay." Lily explained. "Stowaway, I think she's a refugee of some kind. Can you check her out, make sure she's not carrying anything that might harm us?" Amy approached Violet slowly. The alien watched her warily, but didn't back away. "Hello?" Amy said gently. "I'm Amy. I'm a doctor. I'm going to check you for injuries. Is that okay?" Violet didn't respond verbally, but she seemed to understand the kind tone. She allowed Amy to guide her to the examination table. The medical scan revealed several interesting things. Violet's body temperature was higher than human normal. Her blood was a deep purple color, and her bone density was remarkably high. Amy also found evidence of recent injuries, healed wounds on her back and arms. "Someone hurt her," Amy said quietly to Lily. "These scars, they're consistent with restraints and some kind of surgical procedure," Lily felt. A surge of anger. "Experiments." "Looks that way," Amy agreed. "And recently, too, some of these are still healing." Violet watched them talk, her large opal eyes moving from one to the other. She touched her back where the scars were and made a pained expression. "Bad people," she said in broken English, surprising both women. "Hurt Violet." "You understand us?" Lily asked, little. Violet replied, "Learn fast." That was an understatement. Over the next few days, Violet absorbed English words at an astonishing Credo. By the end of the week, she could form basic sentences. By the end of 2 weeks, she was having simple conversations. The rest of the crew had mixed reactions to their new passenger. Mason, the engineer, was fascinated by Violet's technical abilities. She seemed to have an innate understanding of the ship systems, even fixing a malfunctioning air recycler. With minimal tools, Zoe. The navigator was more cautious. "We don't know anything about her species, Captain," she warned, "or who might be looking for her." But even Zoe warmed up to Violet after the alien helped her recalibrate the navigation system, reducing their travel time by almost 2 days. Lily found herself growing increasingly protective of their stowaway. Violet had nightmares often, waking up screaming in that musical language of hers. Lily had given her a small storage room converted to sleeping quarters next to her own cabin, and would often hear those cries in the night. One night, particularly bad, Lily went to check on her. Violet was huddled in a corner, her tail wrapped tightly around herself, trembling. Without thinking, Lily sat beside her and put an arm around the alien's shoulders. "You're safe now," she whispered. "No one will hurt you here." Violet leaned into the touch, her skin warm against Lily's. She made a soft, trilling sound that somehow conveyed gratitude. That was the moment Lily knew she would protect this strange alien woman, no matter what came next. 2 weeks into their journey to Novus 3, Lily received a transmission that made her blood run cold. A military alert broadcast to all ships in the sector warned of a dangerous alien fugitive escaped from a research facility. The description matched. Violet exactly right down to the lavender skin and opalescent eyes. The message claimed the alien was a threat to human safety and offered a substantial reward for her capture. Lily deleted the message immediately and called an emergency crew meeting. In the galley, careful to hold it while Violet was sleeping. "We have a problem," she told her 3 crew members. "That transmission about the fugitive alien. It's Violet." "Are you sure?" Mason asked. "There could be others of her kind." "The description is too exact," Lily said, "and it matches what she told us someone was experimenting on her." "What do we do?" Zoe asked. "If she's wanted by the military?" "Turn her in," Amy suggested, causing everyone to stare at her. "What, I'm kidding. Of course we don't. Turn her in." "The question is, why was she being experimented on?" Mason said thoughtfully. "She's clearly intelligent, has advanced knowledge of technology. Maybe that's what they were after." "Whatever the reason, we need to protect her," Lily said firmly. "I won't hand her over to be a lab rat." "That makes us accomplices, Captain," Zoe pointed out. "If we get caught harboring her, I know." Lily sighed. "I'm not asking any of you to risk your careers or freedom. If you want out, you'll understand. We can drop you at Outpost 9. It's on our route." The crew exchanged looks. "I'm in." Mason said first. "That girl fixed systems I couldn't figure out. She's a genius in her own way. They probably want to weaponize her knowledge." "Me too," Amy added. "What they did to her violates every medical oath I took." They all looked at Zoe, who was usually the most cautious of the group. She sighed heavily. "My cousin was at Proxima Colony when it was attacked," she said quietly. "The official story was pirates, but there were rumors that the military was testing new weapons." She paused. "If they're doing experiments like this, I want no part of it. I'm with you, Captain." Relief flooded through Lily. "Thank you all. Now we need a plan." They decided to alter their course slightly, taking a less traveled route to Novus 3. They would also modify Violet's appearance as much as possible, dyeing her skin with temporary pigments and finding a way to conceal her tail. What they didn't count on was Violet herself, overhearing their plans. The next morning, Lily found Violet in the cargo bay, attempting to hide herself in one of the empty containers. "What are you doing?" Lily asked, though it was fairly obvious. "Violet, go," the alien said, her English much improved but still broken. "Bad people find Violet hurt Lily and friends." Lily crouched down beside the container. "We're not afraid of them." "Should be," Violet said seriously. "Very powerful, want Violet technology." "What technology?" Lily asked, confused. Violet touched her temple. "Here," Knowledge how to make ships travel without stars. It took Lily a moment to understand. You know how to create engines that don't need stellar navigation, Violet nodded. My people travel between worlds without maps, stars not needed. She looked sad. Bad humans found us, take many of my kind, study us. This was bigger than Lily had imagined. If Violet truly understood technology that could revolutionize space travel, no wonder the military wanted her. Listen to me, Lily said, taking Violet's hands in hers. I promised you'd be safe on my ship, and I meant it. We're going to help you. Why? Violet asked, genuinely confused. Violet not human. Because it's the right thing to do, Lily said simply. And because I care about what happens to you, Violet made that trilling sound again, the one that seemed to indicate happiness. Her tail, which had been drooping, rose and curled slightly at the tip. The crew implemented their plan. Mason created a special body paint that temporarily darkened Violet's lavender skin to a more human tone. Amy designed a harness that kept Violet's tail secured around her waist, hidden beneath loose clothing. They also created fake identification documents listing Violet as a mute human from one of the outer colonies. 2 days they managed to avoid any military vessels, but their luck ran out as they approached the mining outpost at Helios Belt. Captain, Zoe called from the bridge. Military cruiser approaching. They're hailing us. Lily rushed to the command chair. On screen, a stern-faced woman in a military uniform appeared on the view screen. Captain Morgan, this is Commander Laura Sanders of the United Earth Forces vessel Horizon. You are ordered to prepare for boarding and inspection. May I ask why, Commander? Lily kept her voice casual, though her heart was racing. We're just a cargo vessel. We're searching all ships in this sector following the escape of a dangerous alien entity. The commander's eyes narrowed. Standard procedure, Captain. Nothing to worry about if you have nothing to hide. Of course, Lily nodded. Though I must advise our cargo includes medical supplies for Novus 3. Delaying their delivery could cause problems. This won't take long, the commander said dismissively. Prepare for boarding in 20 minutes. Sanders out. The screen went dark. Mason, Lily called over the intercom. How effective is that skin pigment? It'll hold up to visual inspection, he replied, but not to scanning technology. They'll have bioscanners that can detect non-human DNA. Amy. Lily switched channels. Can we mask her biosignature somehow? Not completely. Amy sounded worried. But I might be able to create enough interference to make the readings inconclusive. Do it, Lily ordered. Zoe, create a small navigation error, something that will force us to run diagnostics and buy us some time. On it, Captain. Lily found Violet in her quarters already applying the darker skin pigment. Her hands trembled slightly. They're coming, Violet said. It wasn't a question. Yes, Lily admitted, but we're going to hide you. Not possible. Violet shook her head. Their scanners will find me. Then well run. Lily decided suddenly. The emergency shuttle. It can't go far, but it could get you to the mining colony. You could hide there. Violet looked at her with those opal eyes. You come too. I can't leave my crew, Lily said, though part of her wished she could. But he'll create a distraction, give you time to get away. Violet stood up to her full height, which always made Lily feel small in comparison. The alien touched Lily's face gently, her fingers warm. No, she said firmly. Violet, not leave Lily. Violet, help. Before Lily could argue, the alien closed her eyes and began to hum a strange melodic sound. Her skin began to glow faintly from within. The lights in the cabin flickered. What are you doing? Lily asked, alarmed. Making ship hide us, Violet said, her voice strained. My people can talk to machines, make them do things. Throughout the starlight systems, began behaving strangely. Lights dimmed, then brightened. Communications became garbled. Sensors reported phantom readings. When the military vessel attempted to dock, their systems suddenly malfunctioned, unable to establish a secure connection. Captain, Zoe called excitedly. The Horizon is reporting technical difficulties. They're requesting to postpone boarding until their systems are repaired. Lily looked at Violet in amazement. The alien was still humming, her body glowing with faint purple light. She looked exhausted but determined. "Tell them we're concerned about their technical issues," Lily replied. "Suggest they might want to return to their base for proper repairs. We can reschedule inspection at Novus 3. The ruse worked. The military vessel withdrew, still struggling with unexplained system failures. Violet collapsed as soon as the horizon was out of range. Her skin pale, her breathing shallow. "Violet." Lily caught her before she hit the floor. "What did you do?" "Talk to their ship," Violet whispered. "Made it confused. Very hard. Very far away." Amy rushed in with medical equipment. "Her vital signs are crashing. She used too much energy." "Can you help her?" Lily asked desperately. "I don't know enough about her physiology," Amy admitted. "But well try." They moved Violet to the medical bay. The alien drifted in and out of consciousness, her skin losing its glow, becoming almost translucent. Lily stayed by her side, holding her hand. "Don't you dare die on me," she whispered. "Not after all. This." Violet opened her eyes slightly. "Lily's safe now," she murmured. "Good. We both need to be safe." Lily insisted. "So you fight, understand? You fight." Violet's tail weakly curled around Lily's wrist, a gesture that had become familiar between them. Lily took it as a promise. For 3 days, Violet remained in a coma-like state. Her body temperature fluctuated wildly, sometimes burning hot enough to scorch the sheets, sometimes so cold that frost formed on her lavender skin. Amy monitored her constantly, but admitted she was out of her depth. "I just don't know enough about her species," she told Lily on the 3rd night. "Her body chemistry is unlike anything I've studied." Lily had barely left the medical bay, staying by Violet's side, reading to her, talking to her, sleeping. About anything and everything: her own childhood on Earth, her years at the Space Academy, her dreams of someday owning a fleet of ships. "You need rest, Captain," Amy said gently. "You've been here for 72 hours straight." "I can't leave her," Lily said, her voice hoarse from fatigue. "What if she wakes up alone and scared?" "I'll call you immediately," Amy promised. "But you won't be any help to her if you collapse." Reluctantly, Lily returned to her quarters. She fell into a restless sleep, filled with dreams of purple-skinned aliens and military ships chasing them through the stars. She woke to Mason's voice on the intercom. "Captain to the medical bay, she's awake." Lily ran through the corridors, not caring who saw her disheveled appearance. When she burst into the medical bay, Violet was sitting up, her opal eyes clear, her skin glowing with its natural lavender hue. Her tail swished gently back and forth. "Lily," Violet said, her voice stronger than before, "you look terrible." A laugh bubbled up from Lily's chest. "Thanks a lot. After I sat with you for 3 days, Violet extended her hand. Lily took it, feeling the warm, gentle pressure of the alien's fingers. "Thank you," Violet said simply, "for not leaving." "Never," Lily promised. Amy ran some final tests and declared Violet recovered, though she advised against any more psychic communication with distant ships. "Whatever you did nearly killed you," she warned. "Your brain activity was off the charts." "Only emergency," Violet assured her. "Not do again unless needed." With Violet recovered, they continued their journey to Novus 3. The small colony was located on the edge of explored space, far from Earth and its military influence. It was known for its diverse population, including several non-human species who lived peacefully among the human settlers. "You might be able to blend in there," Lily told Violet as they approached the planet. "They don't ask many questions as long as you don't cause trouble." Violet stood beside her, on the bridge, watching the blue-green world grow larger on the view screen. "Beautiful," she murmured. "It is," Lily agreed. "Lots of forests and oceans. Most of the settlements are along the coastlines." "Like my home," Violet said, a hint of sadness in her voice. Before bad humans came, it was the first time she'd mentioned her homeworld. Lily wanted to ask more, but sensed the pain behind the words. We'll find a safe place for you there, she promised instead. They landed at New Haven, the main settlement. Lily registered their arrival as a standard supply delivery. While Zoe and Mason began unloading the cargo, Amy helped Violet apply the skin pigment again, though here it might not be as necessary. "Captain," Mason called over the comm, "you need to see this." Lily found him at the cargo bay doors, staring at a notice board near the landing pad. A familiar face looked back at her from a wanted poster. Violet's face. "They're here too," she said quietly. "The reward has increased," Mason noted. 5 million. Credits now. For a runaway alien. For a being who can communicate with machines psychically, Mason corrected. "Think about the military applications." Captain Lily tore down the poster. "Change of plans. We're not staying. We'll drop the supplies and leave immediately." "Where will we go?" Mason asked. "If they're posting these notices even out here?" Lily didn't have an answer. The military had farther reach than she'd anticipated. When she returned to the ship, Violet was waiting with Amy. Both looked concerned. "Bad news," Violet said. "Violet seen on posters." "Yes," Lily confirmed. "We're leaving as soon as the cargo is unloaded." "No." Violet shook her head. "Lily and friends in danger because of Violet. Too much risk. We're not abandoning you," Lily said firmly, "not asking abandon." Violet replied, "Asking, let Violet help." She explained her plan. It was risky, perhaps even foolish, but it might work. With her abilities, she could send a false signal making it appear that she'd left on another ship, headed in the opposite direction. "But you said using your abilities like that nearly killed you," Lily protested. "Smaller this time." Violet assured her, "Just change records, not talk to far ships." They debated the plan as the cargo was unloaded. In the end, they agreed to try it. Violet would alter the spaceport records, making it appear that she'd boarded a transport to the Centauri colonies. Then they would lay low on Novus 3 for a few weeks before continuing their journey that evening. Violet sat cross-legged in the ship's communication center. Her eyes closed, her hands hovering over the console. Without touching the keys, she connected to the spaceport mainframe. Her consciousness flowing through the digital pathways. Lily watched, in fascination as code scrolled across the screen faster than human eyes could follow. Occasionally, Violet would make a soft trilling sound, and the pattern would shift after 20 minutes. Violet opened her eyes. "Done," she said, looking tired but not depleted as she'd been before. Records show Violet's species on transport ship Artemis left 4 hours ago for Centauri. "Will they believe it?" Lily asked. "Made evidence?" Violet explained. "Security footage, passenger manifest, everything." Mason whistled. "Impressed. You created fake security footage." Violet nodded. "Not hard, just numbers and light to machines." They decided to stay in New Haven for 2 weeks, keeping a low profile. The Starlight remained docked ostensibly for engine repairs. Meanwhile, they took turns exploring the settlement, learning the routines and looking for safe places to hide if necessary. Violet remained on the ship most of the time, but occasionally ventured out disguised in a hooded cloak that concealed her height and facial features. Her tail remained the biggest challenge, always trying to escape its confinement. One evening, a week into their stay, Lily returned to find Violet in the ship's small kitchen area, attempting to prepare what looked like a human meal. "What are you doing?" Lily asked, amused at the sight of the tall alien struggling with the 2 small cooking utensils. "Making dinner," Violet said proudly. Earth food for Lily. The meal was a disaster, burnt in some places, raw in others, but Lily ate it. Anyway, touched by the gesture. "Why did you do this?" she asked as they sat together in the small dining area. Violet tilted her head. That gesture Lily had come to find endearing. Humans cook for people they care for. Yes, Lily confirmed, feeling a warmth spread through her chest. "We do." Violet care for Lily, the alien said simply. Her tail, which she'd freed from its binding, swished gently against the floor. "Lily family now." The word family hit Lily hard. She hadn't had a family since her parents died years ago. Her life had been the ship the cargo runs the endless journey between planets, never staying anywhere long enough to form attachments. Yet somehow this alien woman had slipped past all her defenses. "You are my family too." "Lily," said her voice thick with emotion. Violet made that happy trilling sound. Then suddenly her body stiffened. Her head snapped up, eyes wide. "What is it?" Lily asked, alarmed. "Ship coming," Violet whispered. "Military ship looking for Violet." "How do you know?" "Feel it." Violet tapped her temple. Communications very loud, very angry. Lily activated the ship's sensors, but they showed nothing in orbit. "Trust me," Violet insisted. "Coming soon, hours maybe." Lily believed her. She calmed the rest of the crew, ordering them back to the ship immediately. "We need to leave," she told them when they gathered in the bridge. Violet senses a military vessel approaching. "The repairs aren't finished," Mason warned. "We're still having issues with the port thrusters." "Can we fly?" Lily asked. "Yes, but not at full capacity." "That's good enough," Lily decided. "We leave at dawn before they enter orbit." That night, none of them slept well. Lily checked and rechecked their departure clearance. Zoe plotted multiple escape routes. Mason worked through the night on the thrusters. Amy prepared medical supplies in case of emergency. Violet sat in Lily's quarters, her eyes closed, concentrating. "What are you doing?" Lily asked. "Listening," Violet replied without opening her eyes. "They're coming faster now. Can you tell what they know?" "Looking for Violet," she said. "No Violet, not on Artemis transport." "Very angry," Lily felt a chill. "They figured out your deception," Violet nodded. "Smart humans, military humans." She opened her eyes, fixing Lily with that opalescent gaze. Violet should go away from Lily and friends, too dangerous. "No," Lily said forcefully. "We're in this together, all of us." Violet stood moving with that fluid grace that still fascinated Lily. She towered over the human captain, but her posture was gentle, non-threatening. "Lily, brave," she said softly. "But military humans not care about brave. They take what they want, hurt who they want." "Let them try," Lily replied with more confidence than she felt. "We've got something they don't." "What?" Lily smiled up at the alien woman who'd become so important to her in such a short time. "We have you. And from what I've seen, you're far smarter than they are." Violet's tail swished in what Lily now recognized as pleasure. The tip curled around Lily's wrist in that familiar gesture of affection. "Together, then," Violet agreed. "Lily and Violet against bad humans, and Mason and Amy and Zoe." Lily added, "Don't forget them. Family." Violet said the word carefully, as if testing how it felt, all family. As dawn broke over New Haven, the Starlight prepared for departure. The military vessel was now visible on their sensors, approaching rapidly from the far side of the planet. "What do you need?" Lily asked without hesitation. "Connect Violet to ship." Violet said, "All systems, not just communication." Mason looked alarmed. "You want direct neural interface with the ship's computer that could fry your brain?" "No choice," Violet said firmly. "Military ship, too fast, too strong." Lily made her decision quickly. "Do it, Mason. Help her set up the connection." Mason hesitated only briefly, then nodded. "This way we can use the main engineering interface." They rushed to the engine room, where the ship's primary systems converged at a central control hub. Mason quickly reconfigured the neural interface normally used for emergency diagnostics. "This wasn't designed for non-humans," he warned, as he attached the sensors to Violet's temples. "The feedback could be dangerous." "Violet understands," she said calmly. "Lily, stay close." Lily took her hand. "I'm right here." Violet closed her eyes as Mason activated the interface. Her body went rigid, her lavender skin beginning to glow with that inner light Lily had seen before. The ship's lights flickered, then stabilized at a lower intensity. "What's happening?" Amy asked from the doorway. "She's connecting with the ship," Mason explained, watching the readouts with fascination. "Look at these patterns. I've never seen anything like it." On the bridge, Zoe reported in amazement, "Captain, the thrusters are operating at 120% capacity." "No, actually 130. No, that's impossible." The Starlight surged forward, its damaged engines suddenly performing beyond their design specifications. Violet gasped, her hand tightening around Lily's military ship following. She said, her voice distant as if coming from far away, "Firing weapons soon. Evasive maneuvers." Lily ordered through the comm. "I'm not doing anything, Captain." Zoe replied, "The ship is moving on its own." The Starlight banked sharply, just as energy weapons fired from the pursuing vessel. The shots missed by meters. The cargo ship continued its erratic path, making it impossible for the military vessel to lock weapons. "She's flying the ship," Mason whispered in awe. "She's actually controlling it directly." Violet trembled with effort, sweat beading on her forehead. "Jump engines," she gasped. "Need more power." Mason jumped to a nearby console. "The FTL drive isn't ready. We need at least 3 minutes to build the charge." "No time," Violet insisted. "Military ship launching boarding pods. Help Violet redirect power." Mason worked frantically, rerouting power from non-essential systems. "This is dangerous," he warned. "If the containment field fluctuates even slightly, trust Violet," she said. The pursuing ship grew larger on their sensors. Energy weapons fired again, this time, grazing their eye shields. Violet cried out in pain as if the ship's damage was her own. 3 boarding pods launched. Zoe reported, "Intercept in 30 seconds. All power to engines." Lily ordered, "Everything we can spare." The lights dimmed further. Life support reduced to minimum. Environmental controls shut down. The temperature began to drop rapidly. Violet's body glowed brighter, her outline seeming to blur at the edges. "Almost," she whispered. "Almost ready." The first boarding pod hit their hull with a metallic clang. The sound of cutting tools followed as the military forces began to breach. 10 seconds to second pod impact. Zoe called, "Lily." Violet said, her voice stronger now, almost resonant. "Hold on." Lily grabbed a support strut with her free hand still, clutching Violet with the other. Mason and Amy did the same. The Starlight shuddered violently, then everything went silent. The stars outside the viewport stretched into lines of light as the ship jumped to FTL without the usual countdown or safety protocols. The force threw them all against the bulkhead. Only Violet remained upright, her body now glowing so brightly it was difficult to look at her directly. "We did it," Mason said in disbelief, checking the readouts. "We're in FTL, that's impossible. The drive wasn't ready." Violet collapsed, the glow fading abruptly. Lily caught her, easing her to the floor. "Violet, wake up," she pleaded. The alien's eyes fluttered open. "Safe now," she murmured. "Very far, very fast." "What did you do?" Lily asked. "Showed. Ship new way," Violet said weakly. "Old home way. Not stars, not maps." Mason was still staring at the navigation console. "Captain, you need to see this." Lily reluctantly left Violet with Amy and joined him. The readout made no sense. "Where are we?" she asked. "I don't know," Mason admitted. "No reference points, no recognizable star patterns. According to this, we've traveled nearly 500 light years in under a minute." "That's impossible. So is jumping to FTL with half-charged engines," Mason pointed out. "She did something to the ship, something beyond our technology. They managed to move Violet to the medical bay." The alien drifted in and out of consciousness. Her skin had lost its glow, becoming almost translucent. Amy ran continuous scans, her odd expression growing more concerned. "Her neural activity is off the charts," she reported. "Whatever she did, it's affecting her brain chemistry." "Will she recover?" Lily asked, trying to keep the fear from her voice. "I think so," Amy said cautiously. "Her physiology seems to be adapting, but she needs rest. No more connecting with the ship." Lily nodded. "Where did she send us, Mason?" The engineer had been working non-stop trying to determine their location. "Still not sure, Captain," he admitted. "But look at this." He showed her a star chart with their possible location marked in red, far beyond known space in a region that had never been explored. If Imright were beyond the military's reach, he said, way beyond, actually beyond anyone's reach, can we get back the conventional way several years at FTL? He paused. Unless she can show us how she did it. Lily looked at Violet's unconscious form. No, not again. It nearly killed her. For 3 days they drifted in unknown space. The ship's systems, slowly recovering from the strain. Violet remained unconscious. Amy monitoring her constantly. On the 4th day, Lily woke to find Violet standing beside her bed. The alien looked better, her skin regaining its lavender hue. Her eyes clear. You should be resting, Lily said, sitting up. Enough rest, Violet replied. Need show Lily something. She led Lily to the observation deck. The viewport showed an unfamiliar star field, beautiful and alien. There. Violet pointed to a distant blue star. Home, Lily stared. Your home world, is that where you've brought us? Violet nodded. Safe place military humans not find here. But how will we get back? Lily asked. My crew, their families. Violet, teach, she said. Show way back, way forward, way anywhere. No need. Stars. You can teach us your navigation technology. Yes, Violet confirmed. Gift for Lily and family. Lily realized what this meant. If they could navigate like Violet's people using this psychic technology, they would revolutionize space travel. More reliance on known star patterns. No more long journeys through mapped space, they could go anywhere. The military, Lily said, understanding now why they wanted Violet so badly. This is what they were after. Yes. Violet's expression darkened. Take from my mind, make weapons, take from my people, kill many. I'm sorry. Not Lily's fault. Violet said, her tail curling around Lily's wrist in that familiar gesture. Lily saved Violet. Lily called the crew together to explain their situation too. Her surprise, none of them seemed upset about being so far from home. Are you kidding? Mason said excitedly. A whole new sector of space to explore, and technology beyond anything we've seen. My family will think I'm dead anyway. Zoe shrugged. My contract with you was for 5 years, Captain. I'm still on the clock. Someone needs to document the medical information. Amy added. Imagine what we could learn. Lily felt a surge of affection for her loyal crew. So we're staying for a while at least. I vote yes, Mason said, all in favor. 3 hands went up. Lily looked at Violet, who watched the humans with a mixture of confusion and hope. Violet, what do you think? Lily asked. Is it safe for us to visit your world? Some danger, Violet admitted. Some my people fear humans, but Lily and friends different, Violet explained. Then it settled, Lily decided. We make contact properly, diplomatic-like, and we keep Violet's navigation technology to ourselves. The military will still be looking for her, Amy pointed out, when we eventually return. By then we'll have allies, Lily said, and a much faster ship. Violet made that happy trilling sound, her tail swishing gently. Lily and Violet adventure. She said Lily and Violet, and the whole crew. Lily corrected, smiling. They set course for the Blue Star, Violet's home. Violet spent hours with Mason explaining the principles of her people's navigation system. It wasn't truly psychic as they'd thought, but a form of quantum entanglement, sensing that her species had evolved. The technology could be replicated with the right equipment. During off hours, Violet often sought out Lily. The two would sit in the observation lounge watching the unfamiliar stars. Violet teaching Lily words from her language. Lily telling stories of Earth. One night as they sat together, Violet asked, Lily happy far from Earth? Lily considered the question. I'm happy with my crew, she said finally, and with you, that matters more than where we are. Violet made a soft purring sound. Lily home now for Violet, and you're home for me, Lily admitted. Funny how that works. As they approached the Blue Star, Violet grew both excited and nervous, her tail constantly in motion. She spent long hours staring at the growing point of light. "What will happen when we get there?" Lily asked her. "Will your people welcome you back?" "Yes," Violet said confidently. Family wait, worry for Violet. "And what about us humans?" Violet tilted her head, considering. Some fear, some angry, many. "Curious?" She touched Lily's hand. "But Lily, different, show my people not all humans bad." The landing was smooth. Guided by signals from the surface, Violet stood on the bridge translating instructions and helping Zoe navigate the unfamiliar approach vectors. When the starlight touched down on a platform extending from what appeared to be a city of crystal spires, Lily felt a moment of profound realization. They were the first humans to set foot on this world, at least the first to come in peace. "Ready?" She asked her crew, who had gathered near the airlock. Mason nodded, adjusting the atmospheric analyzer. Readings show the air is breathable, slightly higher oxygen content than Earth standard, but within safe parameters, no detectable pathogens. Amy added, checking her medical scanner. "But we should still be cautious," Zoe just grinned. "I'm ready to make history, Captain." Violet stood apart from them, her posture straighter, her movements more fluid, here in her natural environment. She wore a simple garment they had created for her, a flowing dress that accommodated her. "Tail and height, Violet lead," she said, moving to the airlock controls. "Lily and friends follow." The outer door opened, revealing a reception party of tall, lavender-skinned beings, similar to Violet but with subtle differences. Some had darker skin, some lighter. Some had patterns of spots or stripes. Their eyes varied in color from the opal sheen of violets to deep blues and greens. All had tails, though they varied in length and thickness. One stepped forward taller than the rest, with elaborate markings on their face and arms. They spoke in that musical language, a series of trills and clicks that sounded joyful. Violet responded, her voice more melodic than the humans had ever heard it. She gestured to Lily and the crew, speaking at length. The IE leader approached, studying the humans with obvious curiosity. Then, to everyone's surprise, they spoke in broken English. "Welcome, humans. Friends of Violet. Welcome to Luminaria." Lily stepped forward. "Thank you for receiving us. I'm Captain Lily Morgan, of the cargo ship Starlight. I Solaran, Chief Science Council." The alien replied, "Learn human speech from those who came before." Their expression darkened slightly. "Not good humans, those. We're not like them," Lily assured him. "We helped Violet escape." Solaran turned to Violet, speaking in their language. She responded at length, occasionally, gesturing to the humans, particularly to Lily. Her tail moved in expressive patterns, clearly part of their communication. Finally, Solaran turned back to the humans. "Violet tells story. Saved by Lily. Protected by crew. Given name, given home." They made a musical sound that might have been laughter. Violet, not real name, but good name. "What is her real name?" Lily asked, curious. Solaran attempted to pronounce it, but it emerged as a complex melody impossible for human vocal cords. "Yeah, I see why I went with Violet," Lily said, smiling. "Come." Solaran gestured toward the Crystal City. "Rest, eat, learn, share." They were escorted to a building near the landing platform. Inside, they found chambers prepared for them with furnishings that approximated human needs, though the proportions were slightly off, designed for taller beings. "My people study human ship that came before," Solaran explained. "Learn human needs." "The military vessel," Lily guessed, "the one that took your people." Solaran nodded. "Take many Luminarians, study, hurt, kill." They made a gesture that seemed to indicate putting aside bad memories. Now, different humans. Now, peace. That evening, they were guests at a gathering of Luminarian officials. Violet stayed close to Lily, helping translate the more complex conversations. The food was strange but delicious, fruits and vegetables in colors the humans had never seen before. After the meal, Solaran addressed the gathering, first in the Luminarian language, then in halting English for the humans' benefit. "Long cycles are people alone in stars. Think only us have mind, have soul, they said. Then humans come, take hurt, destroy. They gestured to Lily and her crew. Now different humans come. Bring our lost child home, show not all same. They raised a goblet of shimmering liquid, new beginning, new understanding between stars. Everyone drank to the toast, the luminarians making musical sounds of approval. Later, as the gathering continued, Violet led Lily to a balcony overlooking the city. It glowed from within crystal spires, catching the light of the blue sun, now setting behind distant mountains. Beautiful, Lily breathed. Your home is beautiful. Yes, Violet agreed. Miss much. She looked at Lily, her opal eyes reflecting the city lights. But Miss Starlight too, Miss Lily. You don't have to choose, Lily said, understanding. You can have both, now that we know the way. We can travel between. Violet made that happy, trilling sound. Violet teach luminarians about good humans. Lily teach humans about luminarians, bridge between worlds. Ambassador Violet. Lily smiled. It suits you. Ambassador Lily, too. Violet pointed out. First human friend to Luminaria. They stood in comfortable silence watching the alien sunset. Violet's tail gently curled around Lily's wrist in that familiar gesture of affection. Over the next several weeks, the humans learned about Luminarian culture while sharing information about Earth and human colonies. The Luminarians were fascinated by human art and music, while the humans were equally captivated by Luminarian technology, especially their method of space travel. Mason worked closely with Luminarian engineers adapting their quantum entanglement navigation system for the Starlight. Zoe learned their star charts mapping regions of space never seen by humans. Amy exchanged medical knowledge with Luminarian healers documenting the biological differences and similarities between their species. Lily spent much of her time with Violet and Solaran, discussing the possibility of formal diplomatic relations. Solaran was cautious but open to the idea. Military humans, still danger. They warned, want our travel technology, want our connection to machines. Not all humans are like that, Lily insisted. There are colonies independent from Earth more open to peaceful contact. Perhaps begin there, Solaran suggested, small steps as their visit extended into its second month. Lily noticed Violet becoming increasingly torn. Her joy at being home with her people was obvious, but she also clearly missed the starlight when duties kept her in the city. One evening, Lily found her in the garden attached to their quarters. Violet was staring at the stars, her tail swishing in what Lily now recognized as contemplation. Credit for your thoughts, Lily said, joining her. Thinking about home, Violet replied. This is your home. Yes. Violet agreed, but Starlight home too. She looked at Lily. Lily home. The simple statement warmed Lily's heart. You know you can come with us when we leave, she said, and we can always come back. Violet want both, she admitted. Stars and home family. Here family there. Then that's what we'll do, Lily decided. We'll establish a route between Earth colonies and Luminaria. With the navigation system Mason and your engineers have developed, the journey will take days instead of years. Violet's eyes lit up. Trade diplomat missions, exactly. Lily nodded. And you can split your time between worlds. The alien woman made that happy trilling sound, her tail swishing with excitement. Lily, clever like plan. The next day they presented the idea to Solaran and the Science Council. After much discussion in the musical Luminarian language, Solaran addressed Lily. Council approved trial exchange of knowledge culture goods between select human worlds and Luminaria. They gestured to Violet. Violet, serve as guide interpreter. And the Starlight as the first trade vessel. Lily suggested. Solaran nodded. With modifications, first ship with both technologies working together. Over the following weeks, the Starlight underwent a transformation luminarian. Engineers with Mason's supervision installed their quantum navigation system. The ship's engines were enhanced, its hull reinforced with crystal-based materials that were both lighter and stronger than anything humans had developed. Finally, the day of departure arrived. The crew prepared to return to human space, their destination not Earth but Novus 3, where they would establish the first contact point. Violet had made her decision. She would travel with them as ambassador, returning periodically to Luminaria to report progress. Her family had accepted her choice with some reluctance but understanding as they boarded the ship. Violet lingered, looking back at the Crystal City and the group of Luminarians who had come to see them off. Violet, "Can stay longer," Lily offered. "We could wait." "No." Violet shook her head. "Two homes now need both." She took Lily's hand, her skin warm against the humans. "Need Lily." The admission hung between them, neither fully addressing what it meant. But Lily understood her feelings for the alien woman had grown beyond friendship, beyond even family, into something harder to define. "I need you too," she said simply. The journey back to human space took only 4 days with the new navigation system. Violet, splitting her time between helping Mason fine-tune the technology and sitting with Lily in the observation lounge planning their approach to the colony. "Some will fear," Violet acknowledged, "like military." "Some," Lily agreed, "but others will see the opportunities peace trade knowledge." When they arrived at Novus 3, they sent a message ahead explaining their mission. Governor Kelly Rice, a practical woman who'd established the colony after disagreeing with Earth policies, welcomed them. Cautiously, "An alien ambassador," she said when they met in her offices. "That's certainly a first for us. Luminarians wish peaceful contact." Violet explained, her English much improved after months of practice. "Trade knowledge, friendship. And this, navigation technology." The governor looked thoughtful. "It would change everything, no more months-long journeys between settlements."